and it's subtitled The Law of Warfare. Now people say, but at night can for peace. What? What do you say? We're in a spiritual warfare. So when you read in the New Testament talk about spiritual warfare, the principles of that spiritual warfare are based on what you find even in the Old Testament, like Deuteronomy chapter 20, the law of warfare. But we're going to touch on verse 10. We're going to move from verse 10 forward. Because it says, when thou comest nigh to a city to fight against it, then proclaim peace to it. When we come against a city to fight against it, because it's spiritual warfare, and we are battling on behalf of the kingdom of heaven, you know what I'm saying? The gospel, the good news of our Geta and his father, Abba Kadus, is a spiritual warfare. So when you come against a city, spiritually speaking, a city is the aggregation of thoughts and ideas for a common purpose. You know, people come together, they come from the country or whatever, you understand, where they had more autonomy, maybe even liberty, and they're all dwelling in the city. So before they had a lot of land, it was in the country, now they're like in an apartment or something like that. So when you overstand spiritually, when you come near a group of ideas, you understand, that may be for the kingdom of the King of Kings or maybe against it, you're coming against, spiritually speaking, a city. And you got to recognize that you're coming against a city as a true Decamazamor, as a true disciple, as a true Tekatai, right? Follower of Q.H.S. Christos. You're coming against that city to fight against it. You see, because you have to compare what's in Deuteronomy 20, verse 10, where we're at, with what's in Ephesians, what is mentioned in Ephesians chapter 6, and as well as elsewhere in the Bible. It tells us to be a good soldier. We're here to be a good soldier. So for Q.H.S. Christos. So a soldier in the army, there's what's called a chain of command. Most of the so-called Rastas, you understand, and the imposters, they don't understand the chain of command. And this is sometimes what's so obvious, you understand, to those with spiritual eyes to see. And what must also become obvious to you. You understand, we're told to be good soldiers of Q.H.S. Christos. You understand, we're commanded to be a good soldier. We're in service. You understand? And because we are in service, there must be discipline. And therefore, when we speak of discipline, we're speaking of discipleship. You understand? But we'll get more into that. But a reference to Ephesians chapter 6 is in order. You understand? And you can begin from around verse 10. You understand? Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. That you may be able to have the ability to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore, take to you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand the evil day, and having done all to stand. Therefore, stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breast